Welcome back to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Nandita Khemka.
And I'm Yatin Mota.
Well, Yatin, first of all, before I talk about the markets, looks like you are in a festive, mood. Wishing you a very happy Gudi Padwa, by the way, looking at your get-up. Even I am getting into the festive mode. But Yatin, even the bulls were in a festive mode, right? Today.
Festive mood, and first of all, happy Gudi Padwa to all our viewers. For those who don't know, Gudi Padwa is a festival in Maharashtra and marks the new Maharashtrian New Year. So it's kind of a big celebration day here in Maharashtra, especially in Mumbai. Probably you need to really see the festivities around Bombay, given the fact that a lot of the local Maharashtrians celebrate it in a very big way. But no celebrations for the markets, Nandita, because we were off days high, almost 100 points plus shaven off the Nifty from the days high. In general, it was a lackluster trading session. Not much of action seen either on the mid-cap front or on the large-cap front.
But Yatin, let's talk about the Sensex. Even though, the bulls, came off from the day's high, but there was still a lot of excitement in the market, given the fact that the Sensex has hit a historic milestone of 75,000. That level has been reached in just 82 sessions, right? If you see, we hit that 70,000 mark back in December, on December 11th. Ever since then, we've seen a 5,000 point rally on the index. Of course, some bit of consolidation, profit taking does come in at highs, which is what happened today as well. But, taking you through what has happened in that 5,000 point rally, the top contributors were 4 stocks. 60% of the contribution or gains came from these 4 stocks: Reliance Industries, SBI, Airtel, as well as TCS. Tata Motors, Sun Pharma, NTPC, Maruti, these 4 stocks contributed 28%, and other gainers, were in the form of L&T, M&M, ICICI, Tata Steel, Wipro. So you have, some of these stocks that have done well in the last 4 months and contributed to that 5,000 point move on the index. Of course, some stocks didn't do all that well. The likes of Axis Bank and HDFC Bank have been underperformers, and they were the losers in this 5,000 point journey. But talking about today, Yatin, Sensex and Nifty flat after hitting record highs, but Nifty Bank Index held out. 48,700. It managed to hold on to that, but it came very close to 49,000 levels also. Yatin, and now looks like in a few sessions we could, who knows, 50,000 could be a reality. Broader markets of course also cooled off, but small cap index managed to hold out in the green. Individual movers: Apollo Hospitals, Hindalco, ICICI, Bajaj Finserv, Infosys as well on the back of an upgrade. On the flip side, you had the likes of Titan, Hero, Reliance Industries, Coal India, Asian Paints. Some of the heavyweights came under a fair bit of profit booking. But Yatin, although we came off from highs with respect to broader markets, lots of movers, as has been the case over the last few sessions.
Absolutely, and we had the metal stocks moving in trade, Nandita. Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, anywhere between 10 to 15%. But brokerage stocks and wealth management stocks also moved. Motilal Oswal, Anand Rathi, all of these stocks are gaining anywhere between 9 to 10%. Obviously, Anand Rathi has a board meeting on April 12th to consider a share buyback post which the stock was active. Castrol, that stock moved 8%. Century Textiles stock was up 5.5%. IIFL, SBI Cards. In the real estate pack, Sobha Developers did well, 4% higher. MCX, 4% higher. So a lot of stocks in the mid-cap moved. What did not do well is the likes of Godfrey Phillips, Schneider, Bosch, SJVN, some bit of profit taking there. But yes, there was stock-specific action, especially in the mid-caps on the metals and real estate front.
All right, of course, realty and metals, the top 2 sectoral movers for today. But with that note, on that note rather, let's take a look at the top stocks that are on our radar this afternoon, starting with Infosys. It's among the top Nifty gainers today. Of course, that's on the back of an upgrade by Bank of America Securities on the stock. Interestingly, it comes right ahead of the earnings, the 4th quarter earnings that will come out on the 18th of this month. The stock has been, double upgraded, so to say, from neutral to buy. Target price has been raised to 1785 vis-a-vis 1735 earlier from the current levels. That is from yesterday's close price. This implies an upside potential of over 20% on the stock price. Now, what is why has BofA upgraded the stock? It says that the stock's underperformance vis-a-vis Nifty, which comes to 40% from calendar year 2022, that is expected to reverse, and the stock is available at attractive valuations. If you compare it with TCS, it's available at a discount of 20%, which is what makes the stock attractive. In fact, overall for the IT pack, BofA Securities says that there is a case for demand recovery for IT services companies from calendar year 25. Of course, the post-COVID spike in IT spends, the normalization of that spike is expected to happen somewhere around the mid of this year, and from next year onwards there will be a sustained pickup in demand for IT services. In that light, it expects FY26 growth for Infosys at 9%. It says that higher spending by banks on Basel III, as well as in fact SAP upgrades, these are some things that will aid revenues for IT companies. In fact, the upcoming earnings fourth quarter earnings would be the last cut for Infosys, and post that it expects to pick up in earnings, and transformational IT spends are likely to pick up post the US elections that will be happening in November this year. So all in all, things looking up for Infosys. But if you look at the stock performance, Yatin, since 11 December, although the Sensex is up 5,000 points, the stock has just about gained somewhere around 0.5%.
Correct, and I think there is a lot of pessimism, especially after the Accenture results. We haven't seen IT stocks do much. I think a lot of commentary from TCS Infosys is expected, post which I think the stocks will also try and move higher or lower. We don't know. But yes, this time's IT results will be interesting to watch out for. But as I was mentioning earlier, metals kept shining. In fact, the metal and auto index hit record highs today. If you look at the metal index, it's up nearly 28% year to date and 9% up in the month of April itself. So last 9-10 trading sessions for the metal index have been strong. Now the reason here is the stability in the global steel prices. In fact, in CY24, which is the calendar year 24, China is expected to control their steel exports to other countries, which would mean that the supply will not be there. Obviously, the domestic steel companies will report weaker volume growth for Q4, but the silver lining here is that the margins will improve given the fact that the coking coal as well as energy costs in Q4 have fallen significantly. On the other hand, the non-ferrous metal pack, which is quite active in trade, we have copper as well as aluminium doing well. In fact, both copper and aluminium have rallied 9% on the LME this month itself. So strong rally coming in for the metals, especially copper and aluminium, on the rising demand from solar industry, electric vehicle front, and overall electrification. Now, if you talk about stock specific action, obviously stocks like Hindustan Copper as well as Nalco have rallied quite a lot. In fact, the year to date returns for the metal index is 26%, wherein Nalco and Hindustan Copper have generated returns of nearly 35%. Vedanta is up 30%. JSPL, SAIL and Tata Steel, which is the steel pack, the ferrous pack, there also we have seen a rally of 22% on a year to date basis. So clearly metals have outperformed significantly, and in general the growing domestic demand and the demand from the clean energy transition is likely to benefit the metal stock, especially the ones in the copper and aluminum space. But not to forget, Nandita, Hindustan Zinc, that stock was up 15%, top Nifty 500 gainer. This is on the back of rising silver prices, because silver is one of the largest revenue component. So the fact that not only commodities but the precious metals are also shining in trade.
That's true, Yatin. Also, ever since the China manufacturing data indicated a pickup, I think we've seen in general metal packs doing extremely well. Of course, you've also mentioned how the metals pack has outperformed on a YTD basis, month-to-date basis till now. But on that note, the other stock on my list, of course, is from the realty pack. That was another pocket that has been doing extremely well. Of course, after the outperformance that we saw in FY24, it continues to do well. Godrej Properties, one stock in focus, given the fact that the stock has gained for a fourth straight session, hit a fresh 52-week high today. Strong sales data coming in, for the fourth quarter. FY24 bookings as well surged 84% to more than 22,500 crore rupees. It has beaten the company's guidance by 61%, Yatin. All the other, realty stocks, if you see, the Q4 updates have been very strong. Even Ajmera Realty, for that matter, today gave out good fourth quarter update. If you look at the quarterly, bookings, it reported a 135% jump on a YY basis for Q4 itself. New project launches have also aided sales growth. If you look at Godrej Zenith in the NCR region, that saw bookings of somewhere around 3,000 crore rupees. Even Godrej Reserve in the Mumbai metropolitan region, that also saw bookings close to 3,000 crore rupees. Improved project mix, robust volume, these are some of the factors that boosted sales according to the management. In fact, they are also very upbeat in the coming year given the kind of strong launch pipeline that they have. The stock performance has been very strong, Yatin, on a 1 year basis. If you compare it to last year, over the last 1 year, the stock has doubled, 120% kind of gains. But there's one one bone of contention, so to say. The return on equity hasn't been all that great. It's in single digits, somewhere around 3 to 4% or thereabouts. But otherwise, realty stocks have been standing tall gains for FY24 and continuing into FY25 as well.
Absolutely, and Godrej Properties has seen strong sales. In fact, last week they announced their 1,500 crore sales in the Kandivali project, and the YouTube video or the videos on the social media clearly indicated that a lot of buyers were literally stampeding on each other to book flats for the new project launch. Anyways, it's a crazy year for real estate stocks and real estate sales because we have seen record momentum for all of the guys, irrespective of South markets, North markets, NCR, Mumbai, Pune. All of them have been doing phenomenally well.
Well, that was, about all the stocks that we had on our radar this afternoon. But of course, although we've cooled off from the day's high, but, it's not about highs that you speak about, it's about milestones in every trading session. Let's see what kind of milestone we achieve later this week. Who knows, it could be Nifty Bank reaching that 50,000 mark. But with that, we are completely timed out on this edition of Closing Bell. From me and Yatin, thanks a lot for watching. Of course, Yatin, has some festivities planned. He has some good food to look forward to later in the evening. But, of course, come back and join us tomorrow morning on Opening Bell. But for now, goodbye. Thanks a lot for watching.